Nice little present from Vec, eh?
A mother shouldn't outlive her children. And I've had 4 pass on to Aetherius. It's almost too much to bear. Would you pray for them? Pray at their grave markers? I want them to have peace. But I'm too old to go now. I can't even leave Skywatch. They're buried at all 4 ends of the island. On a bluff outside Backloggery, just outside of Tenzelwil, near Castle Rilis, and on a hill overlooking Fair. My children loved the water, loved the sight of it. They were good little rabbits, kind and brave. Thank you so much for your promise. Of course. Do you want me to tell you about Elanduya, my eldest, Wirande, or little Sora Peril? My fiery girl. She got tired of her mother's coddling, took up with a musician, and sold lutes up north for years. Eventually she grew to miss me, and we were close for decades before she passed. I know, so old-fashioned. I named him after my father. My first boy. I knew what name he'd have, and he made me so proud. He was just like my brother Paulen, so smart. He could sell a fur coat to a Khajiit. Sora Peril wasn't a mage, but he taught alchemy with them at the hall here in Skywatch. Mendel, my youngest boy. He joined the military, fought on the front lines, and died in defense of his homeland. I wish I could have made him see, made him realize it was a mistake to leave.
Hey there, friend. Been waiting for you. The boss sent me. Need to deal with this inheritance situation now that we know Estri's turned. Razumdar, of course. We found a list of 4 names. Veiled inheritance operatives at the highest level, now on the run from Dominion forces. These Mora have been sentenced to death. Find them and carry out the order. We have records of their last known location. That should help. Return with proof of their demise, if you please. Use the list to track them down. Good luck, and show no mercy. Karule, their rapid action planner. Kalanye, their woman on the inside of the Fighters Guild. Helenel, racial purity advisor. Behind several documented attacks on Bosma and Khajiit. Arianas. Strange one. Haven't heard her name linked to any particular crime. Rumor is that she's a personal friend of Estri's. Most likely a highly placed agent, but no idea about her area of expertise. I'm an eye, same as you. The island's lousy with us right now. We need to get people talking, learn where the Inheritance got their support. The Inheritance is massive. Arms and armor, food, logistics, supplies. Estri was going for the big win. Who supplied them? Who provided those weapons and armor? We have a lot of hard questions to ask in the coming weeks.
Looking for you.
Can't wait to take a load off at the inn. Welcome, friend.
When I was young, I thought Mother didn't know anything. Now I wish I'd listened to her more.
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
That bastard. Only thinking of his own blood. Hope the crows have fun with that one.
This land is so beautiful. I don't want to leave. I should have listened to Mother. I'm so scared. Mother! Unbearable.
Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting.
Mother would take us here to remember our ancestors. Her father. I love those visits.
Some people don't like the bustle of cities, but I come from a big family, so it reminds me of home.
Oh, fair day. Fair day to you. You're here with supplies for Tellinger, I expect. Please don't tell him I was sitting down on the job. Stars, yes. The dig site leader. Look, he's just up the path. Just keep your mouth shut about me.
Tellinger's recommendation is a powerful force within the guild. I only hope one day I can earn it. Yes, proudly. I'm just a student, though. Not that it matters. After I gain the Artificer's favor, I'll be setting my sights on bigger and better things, like Master Wizard. Of course! He recommended a cousin of mine during her early days with the guild. She's now a wizard. Training to become a master of incunabula like Andewan. I've even heard Archmagister Astrinke was once his assistant.
Everyone here only cares about impressing Tellinger. It's all Ejuki hears day in and day out. No! This one is here to learn. These others seek only advancement in rank. Ejuki seeks true knowledge. The Artificer accepted this one based on true skill, not a bloated recommendation letter. Tellinger is brilliant, but naive. His knowledge of archaeology is vast. His knowledge of the mind and its motivations lacks.
Tellinger is amazing, isn't he? I'd do anything to get his recommendation. Only the stars know for sure. The dig was going well enough until the spirits appeared. Oh no, I can only assume our poking around roused them. They must be working to protect the Mallari Mora. I'm not sure. Some sort of artifact, certainly. It was used by an overzealous cult leader to end his life, and the lives of dozens of others. The spirits we struggle against today are theirs, no doubt.
Ah, at last. You must be here with my supplies. Just put the ink and delicate items in the tent here. You can begin unloading the bulk goods with my assistance. Truly, this is the last time I trust an order to that Bosma. It fits, though. His doing has been one disaster after another. First the spirits, now the supplies. And to top it off, my top scholar and her team are missing. Stars, yes. Andewan and her team are somewhere in the ruins looking for the Mallari Mora. They're long overdue. If you're not here with supplies, perhaps you'd go look for them. Best case scenario, they found the Mora. I don't want to think about the worst case. Too many variables. What a curious question. But if you insist, I am Tellinger the Artificer, a renowned genius, author, and explorer. Esduin is my latest endeavor. I will bring further glory and honor to the Mages Guild. I've come in search of the Mallari Mora. I'll present it to the council and reap the rewards. Quite attentive, yes. The Mallari Mora is an ancient relic, a talisman. Its power took the lives of everyone here. Curse their immortal souls. No, actually. They weren't here when we arrived. Though it's merely conjecture, I believe someone has rediscovered the Mora. The disturbance of the talisman has caused the bound dead to stir. She used to be one of my prize students, very accomplished. She's now a high-ranking member of the Mages Guild, the Master of Incunabula. She oversees the Arcaneum in Skywatch. Assisting me, of course. Andewan is a true seeker of knowledge. She may care for her books, but research in the field is her first love. In Incunabula, she oversees research and training, a coveted position, one that most of my students aspire to, but few will obtain. Yes, now that you mention it, Serinque, one of my students, said something about freeing the spirits. She's nowhere near as analytical as Andewan. I think she's down at our forward camp. I'm sure she's fine.
Honor and praise to you. It's always been my dream to work with Tellinger. He's quite brilliant and handsome. Such a shame, Esduin has been such a disappointment. Such a shame. Esduin was once an elegant, Aeolid town, a testament to the greatness of the ancients. Trade and travellers flowed through Esduin right up until the end. A mer named Isanyon Dur chose this town as his last stand. He spoke to the gods, and eventually began to claim they spoke to him in return. He began to preach in secret, and his cult came together at the heart of Esduin. Dur began to claim Magnus himself called for the blood of a Skywatch noble. He sent his cult to act as daggers in the night. A manor house full of royalty was slaughtered. As you say, the murders brought the Skywatch Guard down upon Esduin. The cult held off their blades, but just barely. In an act of desperation, Isanyon used a magical relic called the Mallari Mora, killed every soul here, bound them forever.
I hope someday Tellinger will look upon me as he does on Dewan. I want to prove myself. I just don't want to end up like Urikantar. I'm not sure how much I should say. Urikantar was close to Anduin, and like a son to Tellinger. Then things changed. He was cast out. Now I don't even think Urikantar is allowed into the guild halls.
The magical lattice can be disrupted, but the underlying problem remains. Fair day. How goes the translations? Wait, you're not one of Tellinger's students? A fair day indeed. I'm studying the spirits that now haunt these ruins. I believe they can be released, sent on to their final reward. Perhaps you'd be willing to help with an experiment. Take this crystal. I've etched a series of micro-runes onto its surface. Weaken the spirit's hold on the physical world, and then focus your will. That should sever the spirit's hold on Nirn. Allow it to pass into Aetherius. My talents do not lie in the brute application of spell power, otherwise I would be at your side. Field experimentation is fascinating. Much of magic is in the detail. These spirits should not be here. Their presence is inherently fragile. With manipulations of the magicka field around you, your will can carry the punch of a warhammer.
You've lifted my curse. I'm free to seek my rest. The curse. It is gone. I owe you my freedom. Thank you. What is it?
You're not dead. That makes you my new friend. Thank the stars for that, old man. Canny is hurt, and some of my team members have been taken. We need to get her back to camp. Now that you're here, we can make a break for it. Some of the spirits appeared, grabbed my researchers, and then vanished. We need to get into the Undercroft. It's the only place I can think they'd be. Perhaps we were out there looking for runes. Combined, these runes form a key. We only need 2 more. Take a look, and I'll meet you at the entrance of Esduin's Undercroft.
Can it be? Free from the curse of the Mallari Mora.
binds me. Thank you.
I thought this my spirits were brave. Thank you for giving me freedom.
Can it be? You've undone my curse. I thank you, brave one.
The Mallari Mora no longer binds me.
What's this? The curse is gone? My freedom has returned.
The curse is gone.
A weight has been lifted, and peace will...
You've lifted my curse. I'm free to seek my rest.
The curse! It is gone! I owe you my freedom. Thank you.
Meet me at the vault entrance on the ruin's edge. I felt the curse drawn back to these ruins, just as I felt your touch release them back to Aetherius. I am Quaronadil, once a member of the proud Dur family, now lashed to the face of Nirn by shame. I had the misfortune to call Asanyon Dur my brother. Ezduin was home to many powerful mages when I walked beneath the sky. Within this vault lies a magical lattice very similar in function to the crystal you now hold, only much, much more powerful. Just so, there is one obstacle to overcome, a puzzle that defends the ancient mage's spellwork. 13 tiles surround a chest within. The correct 4 must be activated to access the lattice. Knowing the mage, I only have my best guess. The tiles represent the great constellations. He held the guardian constellations in high regard. The mage, the thief, and the warrior. Good luck, traveler. The lattice may be the last hope for the fallen. The shame Asanyon brought to my line grounds me to Nirn. I have hoped for centuries to somehow undo his folly. No. I saw the growing madness within my brother and had to act. I spoke with the guard of Skywatch, but not in time to save the targets of his zealotry. And not in time to stop the slaughter of every soul in Ezduin. You don't understand.
fascinating.
Indeed. Too much to do and too little time.
You've returned, and with the spell lattice? He came to me and spoke to me about my crystal. When he told me you were retrieving the lattice, I found my courage and followed Quaron out here. You still have the micro-etched crystal I gave you? This lattice is an elegant extension of the principles the crystal uses. By enmeshing it within the lattice, it will amplify the power of the crystal. It will free these spirits of the Mallari Mora's curse. Wish me luck.
Look, it's working. Almost there. You did it! I can feel it! Thanks to you and Syrink, these people will be able to find their eternal rest.
Incredible! Did you see that? Unfortunate that the crystal lattice was destroyed in the process, but it served its purpose well. Yes, can't you feel it? The spirits still remain, but in time they will learn they are free to move on.
Well, the Morrowind has her eye on you.
I'll get these to the Artificer. I'm certain he'll know what to do. The dead of Ezduin will finally know rest.
I made a bet with Huntherin on the way back to camp. Did you find the runes? That Mer owes me 5 gold. You've done well. Just a moment, and I'll assemble the key. I hope so. If they're not worth thinking about right now. This will be quick. There. It's done. Let's go. Now to find the others. Meldil. Thank Ariel he's still alive. Meldil, have you seen the others?
I tried to stop him. I couldn't. I couldn't help them. Urikanta. He's here. He's tracked the others. He's using their souls to form the gate. You have to stop him. The gate opens onto a shard of Aetherius. Without the soul-binding rituals, the gate will close. Take my amulet. It should let you see, touch Aetherius. You'll have to make a decision. Break the bindings, or kill the students. Just beware the Thirsters. The overlay with Aetherius has allowed powerful spirits into the Undercroft. They're what brought us down here in the first place. Be careful. If one gets a hold of you, you could get pulled in yourself.
I'm going to tend to Meldil. We'll move to the room just behind me. We should be safer in there. Of course, but speak quickly. It's a name we're all trying to forget. Urikanta is very close. Was very close to me. Tellinger cast him out of the guild, and forbade him to use magic again. He couldn't understand that power has to have limits, that some costs are too high. You can see here what he's willing to do for a taste of power. How long do you have? I'm sorry, this is just not the place for a protracted metaphysical conversation. It may be enough to say that Aetherius is the spirit realm, the land of the dead. I can't begin to guess, not without more information, but the use of the Mallari Mora, it may have twisted, broken off a part of the spirit world. If a mage were to gain access to such a place, The power. That sounds like Yurikantar. It's a name we're all trying to forget.
Join the mists of Aetherius.
Try breaking free!
Help me. Oh, please, help me.
Aetherius calls for you.
This spell will help you move past the spirits.
It burns! It burns from inside out! A token of my thanks.
Please, make it stop. Please.
This spell will cloak you from the spirits.
By the light of Auriel, you've returned. You are a capable sort. Stars guard your steps. I'm going to get us out of here. Put a stop to this madness. Find Urikantar and end him.
Tellinger's latest pawn approaches. Hold a moment before we continue the game. The old Mer and I have played the game for some time now. So sad to see another soul caught between us. Of course you have. He can't possibly let me go. Can't possibly let me succeed. It no longer matters. After you're dead and gone, I'll find new vessels, draw forth the power I need from them. And I hadn't planned to be here. I planned to take over from the old Mer and perform the life binding with Derwin. Instead, look at me. This is my last chance for a legacy, to own and control a shard of the Arthur. I wouldn't have it any other way. Come, let's see which of us lives to tell this tale. Mora. Secrets of Aetherius will be mine.
Auriel watches over us through you. Thank you.
The will of Auriel must have been behind your hand today. Well done.
Tellinger didn't say anything, but I can tell. He's disappointed. I'm going to spend the entire trip home asking the stars how to get back into his good graces.
Stars keep you. I think Canny will be all right.
You return. I'm almost afraid to ask, but what news? Remarkable. I'm not easily impressed, but you've done it. And Urikantar disappoints to the bitter end. Such a waste. All that remains is to tend to the wounded and continue the research. With the Mora in hand and Urikantar dead, Esduin will soon be at peace. I'll see to it. I can't wait for the chance to present this to the Council. With Onderwin, of course. Velast and I will have much to discuss.
The Artificer was wise to trust you. Just another reason to admire him.
Thank Auriel you showed up.
I'm feeling a bit nervous after my brush with death. I bet I'd have been a lot more nervous in an urn, though.
Smell that fresh air. I think from now on, I'll stick to the nice, safe translation work. Field work is for senior researchers.
I hope Tellinger has noted my bravery here. Something good must come of this. I hope...
Rumor around camp is that Urikantar was behind this mess. Power-mad fool.
Ash and fire. Just like home.
Chiluza is thankful to be out under the open sky. This one is glad someone was able to get the situation under control.
I envy you. Your actions here have gained Tellinger's favor. True, you had to brave death and dismemberment, but I bet it was worth it.